Hey, everybody, welcome to the MOJ Podcast. Call it like I see it. I'm your host, Monica O. Jackson, and I'm an Emmy Award winning news anchor with over 30 years in the business. I'm also an inductee into the Nevada Broadcasters Hall of Fame, as well as an Ally Award winner with the HRC, also known as the Human Rights Campaign. So, yeah, kids, I've been doing this a long time and have had a great time doing it. I'm so excited that you guys are here with me. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to tell all your friends about this podcast. I'm on all the social media platforms right here on Spotify, obviously, MOJ Podcast, call it like I see it. On YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, I'm MOJ Show. On Instagram, the MOJ Show. And I have a second Instagram account. It's MOJ Show and the number one. However, I am locked out of that account. So if anybody knows how to get into these accounts, we've done all the things. I just can't get into it. Help me out. You can hit me up on all of my social media to let me know how to get this done. And also my website, mojshow.com. Of course, usually when I start on these platforms, I get a lot of questions about collaborations. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you going to attend this, attend that? Hit me up on my website and on my social media, but mojshow.com. And you can ask questions there as well. All right, guys. So, if you are just now tuning in, if this is your first time, because this is only our second one, it's all about national months for me. I love, 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 love celebrating national months and stress awareness. That's what this month is all about. Stress awareness. This is just one of them because, they have a lot of them on the national calendar. But I wanted to talk about stress awareness because a lot of veterans are dealing with that. And for those of you who've been following me for a long time, my husband is a veteran with the United States Air Force, 21 years on active duty. So I am always focused on veterans and their well being. So keep that in mind as you're going through this month. And just watch out for some of the symptoms. They can even get physical, like pain and muscle aches, breathing issues, heart problems, digestive troubles, weight changes. So look out for our veterans. They are the first ones on the front line to protect us. And so we need to be on the front lines to protect them. And to all of my veterans out there, wherever you are in the world, thank you for your service. We appreciate and love you guys for that. All right, so our inaugural podcast here on the MOJ podcast was Menopause. Now, for those of you who watched the Oprah special, I'm sure a lot of people did because it was all over. And again, if Oprah starts something, the whole world gonna know about it. But people have not been talking about menopause. Healthcare professionals have not been talking about menopause, not in depth at least. So Oprah did this special called the Menopause Revolution, and it's big. It was big. She had Maria Shriver. She had Halle Berry. Yeah, even superstars deal with menopause, and it's not just something that affects the woman herself. It affects the whole family. You can ask my husband about that, but it does affect the whole family. So we did part one last week, and I wanted to follow up with part two because I think it is very important. I'm dealing with it myself, and it is a monster. So I'm going to get into that and finish up. Part one, I stopped at, heart issues because wanted to make sure to get that one in because that is a big deal. And we're going to finish up the Menopause Rebellion Part 2 here on the MOJ podcast. And once again, thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go right down the list here and let you know what else you need to look out for. Now, please go back and watch the first installation, Menopause, Rebellion, excuse me, the Menopause Rebellion, because you need to get all of that information so that you'll understand this follow up here in part two. Okay, so we're going to start with gastrointestinal symptoms. Okay, and that means when estrogen begins to decline, digestive issues may present itself. Now, this phase can start in perimenopause. And if you'll recall, in part one, I said there are three phases of menopause. There's perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. So keep that in mind as we are going through. By the way, I have gotten all of my information from this website. It's called joinmidi.com. That's joinmidi.com. I went to a whole bunch of websites to bring you guys all of this information. And this is the one that delivered. I mean, they delivered. It was started by Joanna Strober. She is the CEO and co founder. She was going through menopause and said, hey, wait a minute, I'm not getting information. I'm not getting the knowledge that I need. So I'm going to start this website. She started a whole system, a whole business. So I went on that website. And ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you I took a deep dive, I took a deep dive. And I was on that website for at least about 3 hours, just getting the knowledge and then Googling stuff and then going back. You know how we go back and forth just to make sure we're getting all of the nuts and bolts of what's going on. So if you'd like to check it out yourself, you can go to joinmidi.com. All right. Or you can just stick and stay right here because I did the deep dive so you don't have to. All right. So that was the first one, talking about gastrointestinal symptoms. Now, other symptoms: abdominal pain, bloating, acid reflux, also known as GERD, constipation, gas, loose stools, and nausea. Your body composition even changes. Weight gain can happen. We all know that, even if you don't change your diet. So when you're going through perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, all of this stuff can happen. Women burn about, oh, this one is going to make you mad. Women burn about 250 to 350 less calories at this stage. Your metabolism slows down, and here comes the weight. It's very frustrating. Okay. Now, you also will experience changes in your menstrual cycle. Now, if you saw the first podcast, I talked about how I started mine when I was 11 years old, did not have a period every single month. I had a period once a year up until I was 36 years old. And I never knew when it was coming. When it came, 3 days, 4 days max, drip, 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 gone. And I never knew when it was coming back. So it can start really, really early. And I think I'm a case study in this because I had no idea what was going on. Anyway, you can have heavier periods. You can have lighter periods. You can have unpredictable periods, longer periods, shorter periods, and spotty periods. All of this stuff can happen. Sometimes, according to one study, 78% of midlife women reported bleeding for 10 days. 67% dealt with spotting for 6 or more days. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? This is crazy stuff. 35% said they had 3 or more days of heavy bleeding. And you know that can drain you because you're losing everything, nutrients, all kinds of vitamins and minerals, etc. Irregular periods are often one of the first, if not the first symptom of perimenopause. Now, perimenopause is when you're getting the onslaught of all of these symptoms that I talked about in part one and just now. That's perimenopause, okay? Now, here's something that affects not only you, but your family. These are common psychological and cognitive changes. Talking about mood swings and all that stuff, right? You get mood and memory symptoms. I have always been that kid growing up who couldn't remember a lot of things from the age of 11. Couldn't remember a lot of stuff. And we just chalked it up as Monica's going to forget. She's not going to remember anything, right? That was just the way it was. You get brain blips. Like sometimes, you know how we walk into a room and you go, wait, what the heck did I come in here for? You have to walk out and come back in. How many of you get that? I've been getting that since I was a kid, right? And it's gotten worse since I've been going through menopause. Okay. Um, your partner irritates you for no reason. Like, I'm mad at my husband right now, and I don't even know why. Just, I'm mad. Like, he didn't say something right or didn't do something right. And I'm very easily triggered by him in particular. Go figure. So the ones we love the most, they get it the worst. Of course, you have the brain fog. That happens a lot. Anger, anxiety, decreased motivation, depression, difficulty concentrating, difficulty with word retrieval, feelings of dread, increased clumsiness. Ladies and gentlemen, I have all kinds of marks on my arms. My husband and my son have been laughing at me since about 2021. That's when it started to increase. I was bumping into things a lot. My son be like, Mom, what are you doing? Why do you keep bumping into things? I'm like, it's not like I mean to. It's just the stuff is in the way. But they're not bumping into it. I'm the only one in the house bumping into things. And so it started happening to me increasingly, like noticeably. It was really bad in 2020. Increased sensitivity to stress, irritability, isolation, memory lapses, forgetfulness, mood swings, panic attacks, reduced self confidence, social anxiety, social withdrawal. Now, I'm a very outgoing person, but I tell you what, in the last, I'd say 5 to 7 years or so, I don't necessarily have to be around people. And I know most people who know me, they'd be very surprised to hear that, but I don't necessarily have to be around people. And in fact, in a lot of cases, I prefer not to be around people because it just kind of aggravates me. And again, it's all about this menopause thing, this whole cycle. Um, let's see, sudden onset of phobias, fear of driving, and sudden tears. Now, I will tell you this: the fear of driving, my husband has he has had to bear the brunt of it. We're in the car. Now he's one of the best drivers I know. We can be in the car and as soon as he hits the brakes, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's like, what are you doing, Monica? Calm down. I'm like, but you almost hit that car. No, I didn't. I just hit the brakes. Or somebody will pass us up or jump in front and I'm bracing like this. And you know, if you get into an accident and you stiffen up like this, chances of you hurting something, breaking something are 100% because you brace like this and that impact can really harm your body. So that has been happening to me. And that's probably one of the worst because it scares me and I can feel the fear in my heart. So I don't know if that has happened to you ladies, but it is very much part of the menopause process. And the sudden tears, like I can think about something and just cry, or I'll just burst into tears after hearing a song that's not even really sad. And it's very strange how your body changes when the estrogen is darn near gone. Your body just starts to react. And it really surprises you. It has surprised me quite a bit. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about sleep symptoms. Now, this one I can say for me, it hasn't been dramatic at all because I have a vitamin regimen, and I'm going to share that with you guys coming up. But I don't have a problem with sleep. Thank God. I have the night sweats. I have the hot flashes, but I can fall asleep, and I think I sleep pretty well for about 7 hours, maybe. So let me run these down to you. The sleep disruption impacts up to 47% of perimenopausal women and up to 60% of postmenopausal women. Estrogen and progesterone support sleep. So those are the levels that have gone down. The estrogen is going down, the progesterone going down. So if you don't have those, you're not going to sleep well. So we're going to continue to talk about, all of these issues. Plus, I'm going to give you some remedies. So don't worry, I'm not going to give you all this information without giving you some information and some remedies. Now, the sleep issues they can occur in perimenopause as well as menopausal women, right? So perimenopause is the onslaught of all of those symptoms that I just named, and then menopause is when you've gone without a period for 12 consecutive months, equaling 1 year. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Now, the symptoms um, when it comes to sleep include insomnia, restless leg syndrome, sleep apnea, and waking up in the middle of the night. Now, the sleep apnea is when you're sleeping. In part one, I told you guys, my husband says that I snore. I don't think that I snore, but he recorded me once, and I was like, what is that? I couldn't believe that it was me. And the sleep apnea happens when you breathe, you go, when you're sleeping, right? So you're breathing, and then all of a sudden it takes you maybe about 10 seconds to breathe out. And that has been happening to me. And again, menopause. Okay, now let's move on to sensory and neurological symptoms. I know this is a lot. Menopause does this to all of us. These are the things that can happen. So, your symptoms are blurred vision. Hello, got that. A burning mouth. Haven't experienced that one. Changes in taste perception. Yep, that's me. Coordination issues, dry mouth, electric shock sensations. I get those every day. Fidgeting, restlessness, the sensation of insects crawling on you. They call it formication. 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 You get headaches. Now, I've been getting headaches over the last 2 years, and as soon as it happens, I'll go, babe, you got any Excedrin? I got a headache. I don't get headaches. but during menopause, I have been getting headaches. Hot feet, that I don't have that issue. Increased sensitivity to noise, that doesn't bother me. Migraines, numbness in extremities, phantom smells, that has affected me majorly. Have you guys like smelled things that aren't even there? Like I have smelled vanilla for some reason quite a bit. I'll be out in public sometimes and I'll smell vanilla. It's just, it's weird. I don't know. Let's see. Scalp sensitivity. Sensitivity to light. I'm absolutely in that category. Sensitivity to light. Temperature intolerance. Tingling of the extremities. Yep. Ringing in the ears. Yep. Tremors, vertigo, or balance issues like sudden dizziness or loss of balance. The balance thing, the dizziness, yep, been there, done that. So just know that if you're going through menopause and you're experiencing these things, or if you don't know you're in perimenopause or menopause and you're experiencing these things, don't panic because it's part of the evolution of your womanhood. That just, it happens. Okay. Let's move on to immune and allergic symptoms. Hormonal shifts during menopause can affect your immune system. Okay, let me stop right there and tell you guys this. This is me sharing all the information with you because this is what I've been experiencing. I am not a doctor. I am not giving you medical advice. I'm sharing with you the things that I have learned as I've gone through menopause and my research as a result of it. I am a journalist, an Emmy Award winning journalist. And so I know how to take a deep dive into a subject matter. And I definitely love sharing what I learned with other people. So talk to your doctor if you have any issues. But again, this is just me sharing information, not medical advice. I took a deep dive into the website called joinmidi.com. And a woman, Joanna Strober, she set that website up, her own business, and she's done well. By the way, I do not know her, never met her. This is not sponsored or anything like that. I just love the way that website is designed. It has a whole bunch of information. But if you guys want to check it out, you can. But I just took the deep dive so you guys wouldn't have to. All right. So, once again, immune or allergic symptoms. Hormonal shifts during menopause can affect you and your immune system. Now, those symptoms include new allergies or increased reaction to existing allergies, autoimmune flare ups, dry or itchy eyes, skin rashes. Let's see, sudden onset of hives or eczema. Thank God I have not gotten any of those because all the rest of it is enough, right? All right. Glad we could kind of laugh about this because sometimes it is not funny at all, ladies. I hear you. All right, so let's move on to oral and dental changes. Now, I remember when I was younger, my grandmother said, she was always giving us advice and she was raw with it. My grandmother never held her tongue. God rest her soul, Florida Blue. She always said, when you get ready to have a baby, you're going to lose your teeth. Every baby you have, you're going to lose a tooth. Ladies and gentlemen, I have one child. I lost a tooth. I lost a molar after I had my son. And I thought about the advice or what my grandmother told us, me and my sisters. And I was like, oh my God. She was joking, but she wasn't joking. I lost a tooth. And I learned from my doctor that, yeah, that can happen when you have a baby and a lot of other things can happen. So I was like, oh my God. This being a woman, men get away with it. They're just living their lives. But women, we pay for it. We pay for our fun. All right. So, let's see. And it's trying to think here, you guys. I told you I get the fog. Oral and dental changes. Okay. Your oral tissue, your oral tissues have estrogen receptors. So when estrogen goes down during menopause, oral issues can occur. Got that? Estrogen is connected to it all. And it can be worse for women who use tobacco products or alcohol. Now, I drink, I like bourbon, right? My husband and I drink bourbon. And I notice that when I don't drink, I'm talking like one or two drinks, you Friday nights, you want to chill and have fun, right? I notice that the hot flashes come on faster and stronger when I drink, right? So, what are you supposed to do during all of this? You're sweating and you're hot flashing through it all. And yet you have to keep going and living, right? Okay. Um, Cognac. Yeah, we drink cognac. Is it bourbon or cognac? We drink cognac. I don't know, y'all. See the memory. It's the memory. All right. Um, where was I? Okay. Here it is. So, your oral tissues have estrogen receptors. So, when estrogen goes down during menopause, oral tissue can, I'm sorry, oral issues can occur. And it can be worse for women who use tobacco and alcohol. Some women report changes in their teeth and gums, and others report a decline as a result of age. Now, here are some other symptoms. Now, a lot of these symptoms you've heard before, but with each phase, I got to tell you about the symptoms. Burning mouth syndrome, painful sensation of burning or tingling in the mouth. Gingivitis, that means gum inflammation. Oral pain or discomfort, and or discomfort. Uh, parat- Parodontitis, I hate saying this word. Anyway, that is just gum disease that can lead to tooth loss. Yeah, and tooth sensitivity. Keep that in mind. My gosh. All right. Here we go. Here's another one. Sexual health changes. Y'all ready for this one? The hormonal changes, mood swings, and relationship issues are all part of the sexual health element of menopause. 1 in 7 women are affected by these factors. The symptoms include decreased libido, vaginal dryness, pain and discomfort during intercourse, thinning of the vaginal walls, fatigue, uh, breast tenderness, and sexual dysfunction. The treatments for that a lot of doctors recommend are pharmacological treatments, hormonal and non hormonal treatments are also available. So, once again, I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Talk to your doctor if you're going through any of these issues related to menopause because it can be overwhelming. It can be defeating, and you feel like you are a foreigner in your own body. It really does. It feels like um, you have just lost control of a body that you've had for, whatever the case is, over 40, 50 years. And you're like, okay, somebody's got to help me with this. All right. So, how much time we have? Are we on our, we're doing good with time? Okay. We're going to wrap this up here, folks. I'm going to give you one more here, and it is respiratory symptoms. This is a quick one. And please, please heed the warnings because your body is always talking to you, okay? According to the Journal of Respiratory and Critical Care Medicine, a woman's lung function goes on a rapid decline during the menopause and postmenopause transitions. The symptoms include breathlessness, shortness of breath, tightness in the chest, and wheezing. Okay, and we're going to stop right there. Please, if you have any of these symptoms, get to your doctor immediately. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm sharing my experience, and I hope that it is helping you guys because that is my goal. Menopause is not something you can fight by yourself. Um, it's something that you really need guidance on because it can be overwhelmingly overwhelming. All right. Okay, so we are going to have to do a part 3 because I don't want to keep you here too long. I got a lot. I told you guys I took a deep dive. I took a whole tablet and got all this information for you guys. So don't forget to come back for that. I'm going to give you all that information in just a moment. All right, so you guys know I've been doing a lot of things. I'm a news anchor. I'm an MC. I'm an entertainment show host. And I'm also an author. And on this show, on this podcast, we're going to be talking to book authors. And that segment is going to be called Meet the Author. So check it out. Yeah, that's your girl. That's your girl right there. My book is called My Truth: How I Reversed My Pre-Diabetes, and that was a journey. Still is a journey because once you have it, you got to make sure that you can keep it away from you. And that's diet, exercise, and a whole bunch of stuff I'll continue to talk to you guys about. Okay, hey, you're in Vegas, you want to do some stuff, you want to have some fun. Summer's coming up. The kids are going to be out of school very soon. So you definitely want to mark your calendars and get ready for a nice, long, fun summer. And you might want to check this out, mom and dad. Start planning for your summer events and your trips. You might want to start with the Las Vegas Natural History Museum. Yeah. So contact them, scifest.vegas/events, and I'll give you that website once again. But I want to tell you about their 14th annual Las Vegas Science and Tech Festival. It returns for 9 days of community STEM exploration that happens April 25th through May 3rd. So you got a nice little chunk of time there to get the kiddos over to the Las Vegas Natural History Museum. Now, if you'd like more information on that, just check them out at scifest.vegas/events. That's SCIFEST.vegas/events. And you can plan on having fun from April 25th through May 3rd. Yeah, check that out. All right. And if you want to laugh your butt off, you might want to mark your calendar because a Las Vegan, her name is Shauna Christmas. That is her real name, Shauna Christmas. Yep. She is a very highly intelligent comedy or comedian, and she's been doing her thing for a long time. Usually when we meet comedians, when I've interviewed them over the years, they've already been in the trenches for 20 years, and they just finally get their break. So this young lady has a comedy special coming out on May 20th. It's going to be on YouTube and on Amazon. It's a comedy album, to be honest with you. And it is hitting the airwaves on May 23rd. So you might want to check her out. You might want to Google her, look her up. Her name is Shauna, Shanna Christmas. And she's going to launch her special on YouTube and Amazon. So let's support her. Yeah, she's Las Vegas, kids. And this is one of my favorites here. This is the last one I'll share with you when it comes to events happening around town. The Smith Center. Yeah, baby. They are hosting contemporary jazz great Dave Koz. For those of us who love jazz, Dave Koz, yeah, he's one of those. He's a real one. He's returning to the Smith Center. The chart-topping saxophonist brings Summer Horns 2025. It's called the Ultimate Summer Party. He's bringing it over to the Reynolds Hall on August 30th. So mark your calendars for that. Tickets go on sale April 18th at 10 a.m. You want to check it out. Dave Koz is world renowned. So if you want to get your tickets, I advise you to set your alarm on your phone so that you can get up and go ahead and book your tickets. You might want to go to thesmithcenter.com for more information. Once again, that's thesmithcenter.com for more information. I wouldn't mind seeing that show. Dave Koz is pretty amazing. Listen to his music, oh gosh, for decades now. All right. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up for the MOJ podcast. And a big shout out to our publishing partner, Red Sky Presents. Thank you guys so much. We love you. Mickey Hyman, you the man. You the man. Can't wait to get our Meet the Author segment started. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Okay, kids. So I think I took care of everything there, getting you all that information. Remember, this was part 2 of the Menopause Rebellion. Part 3 is coming up. So make sure to check out all of my social media platforms here on Spotify. I'm MOJ Podcast. Call it like I see it. On YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, I am MOJ Show. On Instagram, The MOJ Show. And I have a second account, MOJ Show and the number 1. And if you'd like to reach out or do you have any questions, whatever the case may be, check out my website, mojshow.com. If you want to talk about collaborations, emceeing, hosting, all that stuff, I've been doing this stuff for years. So that is the coolest way to reach out. All right, kids, that's it. That's all for me. I will talk to you again. Same place. Yeah, same space. And remember, the MOJ podcast is all about doing well by doing good. Take care.